And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we're on there again. Hey guys, it's your girl Earlene, and I'm back at it again with another one. Look, I can't help but to share them. They are so beautiful. These are, just a couple of snippets from my shows, from my radio talk show. Okay, yes, I am a radio talk show host. Been hosting my shows since 2017. Okay. And except the fact that, taking sick and have to take off. But other than that, yeah, I've been there since 2017. But I've been back recently and I've been on it a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I've had a lot of guests on the show and they talk and discuss a lot of different things. Now, this is another one of my favorite shows here. Now, we have Nicole here. She's going to be talking about coming out of prison and the opportunities and stuff like that she has to offer in the program that she is in, with former incarcerated. So I asked a few questions. I want you guys to check this out too, okay? And don't forget the number to come on the show to call in is 516-418-5973. But if you want to come on the show and you'd like to share as well, why don't you hit me up via email, okay? That'll be Earlene51462@gmail.com. Let me know what you want to come on the show and talk about. And then, hey, we'll get you on there. We'll get you booked a seat and all that good stuff and let you come on and promote what you're doing, promote your business, talk about your book or whatever else you have, okay? But anyway, I want you to hear these guests. This was so beautiful, I had to share it. Here we go.
Welcome, both of you guys. It's an honor to have you here. Nicole, I'm going to pass the mic to you, my love, and I'm going to let you do your thing. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And, hey, let's get this party started.
Absolutely. So my name is Nicole Prais, and I am the reentry coordinator for Rockland County, New York. So a little bit about what I do is help people transition home from incarceration. So, kind of the black sheep population that nobody wants to touch, nobody wants to talk to, nobody wants to talk about. That's what I do. And I absolutely love it. People coming home, things that we take for granted every day,
right.
Using a cell phone, riding an escalator, getting a job, these basic kind of things. These people, a lot of them need help with and need somebody to guide them, especially if they've done a significant amount of time. They try to navigate parole. If they come home without parole, they're just on their own to figure it out. So that's why I'm here, is to help people come home. So the agency that I work for, we have the Reentry Task Force, which is, made in conjunction with the state and New York State Corrections. And then we have a substance use and mental health reentry program. We have an intellectual disability alternative to incarceration. And we have a whole employment-focused program for individuals on parole. So having a hand in all of that is something that I'm really grateful for.
Right. Absolutely. So, and then I know you mentioned a few things that, we do here in the free world. We take advantage of. Yes, indeed we do. What was I going to say? And I was going to even say, there's been a lot of people, Nicole, that have came on the show and talked about this very thing that you're talking about now. And one other thing we do forget to mention too, and that's money. Somebody that's been locked up, think about it, for years. Now, we have a couple of people that's been on the show that's like 30 and 40 years and just now getting out, and they were here on the Earlene show. And then when I mentioned, what about money? They like, oh, yes, that's another thing. It's like you haven't had that in your hand in years. And it's like you've never seen it before. You don't know what to do with it. Who will accept it? What power does it hold? These are things like this that we don't in the free world. We don't take for granted. We take for granted, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we have the things that are very important, which is housing. And what will we take that next step after coming out that gate right there? Say, for instance, Nicole, if you're standing at that gate, at that exit gate, and here come what you say you go through. Well, here come a prisoner exiting. I don't like to call them prisoners, but former incarcerated, okay, and they're coming walking out for the first time in years. What would be your words right there to say to that person?
Welcome home. That's the first thing I said to everybody.
Beautiful.
And Robert can attest to that because when he came in, that's what I told him, is welcome home.
Okay, that's beautiful.
That's the first thing that I said to everybody because it's not easy, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of the times, people that have done a long time, even some people that do, you know, what we refer to as skid bids, little 3 to 5, things like that, they become accustomed to life being east side because inside everything's taken care of for you. You don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about where you're going to live. All of that. It's harder to learn a new way to do things out here, but it's still not easy being in there. That's an environment that...
Now, Nicole gets deep. I'm telling you guys, she really gets deep. She get into it and she goes and she starts talking about the inside. But she also, like a few of my other guests, they have solutions for men and women that are coming home. You know what I'm saying, from prison, a long stint, short stint, whatever. They have solutions and they are out there. So, you know, it'll stop people from returning and going back and matter of fact, from being depressed because you can't the laws have changed and stuff like that and you can't adjust to the laws. Now, you've been locked up. Like she said, your meals have been cooked 3 meals a day, for bills. All you have to do is abide by state property laws or whatever else when you're in prison. You know what I'm talking about? But then when you come home, sometimes you are basically on your own. But you have a lot of people out there that are willing to help. People are waiting at that gate for people to exit prison. I am so proud of people that are out there like that. We have so many of them that come on the show. Okay, Nicole is one. And then she brought somebody with her. I'm going to let them get into it a little bit here. Let me see if I can push it up a little bit for it. Here we go, right here.
Welcome home. That's the first thing I said to everybody.
Beautiful.
And Robert can attest to that because when he came in, that's what I told him, is welcome home.
Okay, that's beautiful.
That's the first thing that I said to everybody because it's not easy, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of the times, people that have done a long time, even some people that do, you know, what we refer to as skid bids, little 3 to 5, things like that, they become accustomed to life being east side because inside everything's taken care of for you. You don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about where you're going to live. All of that. It's harder to learn a new way to do things out here, but it's still not easy being in there. That's an environment that realistically is not conducive to anybody getting better right now. It's survival.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
and
that's the whole generosity of just saying welcome home can make all the difference.
Yes, they do. They mention that here a lot on the show as well. Matter of fact, they had me saying it too as people would come on because they opened up my eyes to it. And then it reminded me of that should be the first thing I would welcome on the show too as well when somebody's coming on the show in that situation is welcome home. I don't care if it's 5 years. If I just now talk to you, I still say welcome home, so that's a beautiful thing, Nicole. Your guests can feel free. Yes, if you want to share, feel free to come on in and share any kind of experiences or anything like that. Or Nicole, we can move on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Robert,
I'm glad you guys are here.
Your experience?
Okay, I'm still here, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Nicole, you touched base. When I did 38 years. I went to jail, to prison in 80. Thank you. In 83. I'm 65 years old. And I didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going to live, what food I was going to eat. I had no money. And the dreams I had while I was in prison wasn't real because I went through different programs like Phase 3, and people that was there, they never been to the streets, so they were just teaching me something that they didn't even understood. So I came out to the street with false pretense. I walked a lot, my feet was aching, and I was directed to bridges. And I came to this room, and I seen this 5 feet lady. And when I came into the room, I felt comfortable, I felt love. And I have faith that I can get help from this young lady. And then we talked for like, I think maybe 3 hours and so forth. And, you know, she told me all the different opportunities that she could help me with. I didn't even know how to use a phone. I didn't know how to take a bus, a train. I didn't even know the streets. She offered me something to eat, soap and clothes and, you know, a bag to carry my things in. Because when I first got out, I went to a place called a women's center, and it was like 10:30 at night, and the street scared me, the bushes, the trees. And anyway, so once I got there, they told me you can stay at night, but you have to leave, and whatever you have, you got to take with you, right? So that depressed me a little bit. But anyway, long story short, we sat down and I filled out a few pieces of paper, and finally I was guided to a place to live. Social service didn't give me anything. I went around cleaning people's house. I picked up garbage, you know, just to get money in my pocket and stuff like that. And then from there, I started a support group, which was Mr. Nicole, Jordan, Tyree, and, you know, they guided me. Because, like I said, the world was very, very strange. My education was limited because I'm hard of learning. And I had one trade, which was custodial maintenance. And that really didn't count. And, you know, I really didn't know how to fill out a resume. Ms. Nicole, she taught me how to fill out a resume. She taught me how to conduct myself at a job interview. And whatever issue I had, she always worked me through it. And I'm still seeing her as today. I've been out since March 9th, 2021. And I have a roof over my head. I have money in my pocket. I'm establishing a banking account. I'm in therapeutic program. Deal with the issues that put me into prison, drinking, and, you know, anger and domestic. You know, so I mean, I feel good, man. I feel, you know, I don't want to be a problem with society. I want to help face that problem. You know, help, because I help people. I have a small addiction of giving away money, but this is my way of paying back, because I felt that I caused a lot of pain and stuff towards the people's family for taking that person's life, towards my family and friends and stuff like that. And speaking of family and friends, I really don't have any family. I'm trying to find a sister and stuff. Miss Nicole was trying to help me with that and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy. I go to AA twice a week and stuff. I go to church. You know, I'm trying, you know, to develop my spiritual part of me. And I practiced while I was in prison, right, like almost 20 years ago, not knowing if I was going to get out, because every time I went to the board, they would hit me, and I got hit means they don't let you go. And they did that for 13 times. The 14th time I went into the room, and they didn't even let me sit down. And so in my mind I said, oh, here we go again. But I was preparing myself with the negative part of that, saying, you know what, they've been hitting me, they're going to hit me again, so what? But then they told me, they said, you go home. And I fell to my knees. I couldn't believe it. It wasn't real, you know, it wasn't real. And even today, every time I speak about that, it hits me, you know, because I try to stay in touch with my spiritual side, you know. And I can't let myself down, nor the people that support me. You know, Bridges is a hell of a program, I have to tell you. I mean, these people,
Okay, guys, I don't have much time on my recording here. I only wanted to play a couple of minutes of it, but this is so beautiful. You guys got to come on the show and share, or either go over to Blog Talk Radio, okay? When you get to that official site, then type in Earlene's Show 2021 Wise Talk, okay, at the top at the search bar. And then it's going to pull up all of my shows that I've been doing, okay? Go over there and check out some of the shows. 516-418-5973 is the number to call in. Normally, I'm there 7 days a week from 6 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. New York Eastern Time, okay? But if you want to catch one of the live broadcast shows, go over there to Blog Talk Radio. And once you're at that official site, go up there at the top of the screen next to the search bar, hit live broadcast, okay? Then it's going to bring up all the shows that are live at that moment. Long as you're there by 6 o'clock, scroll down and look for Earlene's show, okay? And then you'll catch the show in progress at that moment. We'll be there right then talking and stuff. You can check out the show, listen to it, and then call your thoughts and your opinions in and stuff like that on the topic, or either another topic you heard a couple of years ago or whatever have you. Long as it's not interfering into an interview, you're welcome, especially on open mic and studio days, okay? We'd love to have you there. All right, guys, look, I'm out of here. I just want to play another one of my favorite shows. You know what I'm talking about? That really got me emotional. And every time I listen to it, I just really, Robert, you are the best. We love you. Keep up the good work. Nicole, we love you, my darling. Thank you so very much for all that you're doing. God bless you both. And thank you for sharing on the Earlene Show. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.